What's up, y'all? It's your girl Ayana of Ayana Innocent Chat, and this morning we are having our chat club morning live, and I am just about to invite some people out. Share this out. Go ahead and share it as well, so people can come through, come through, come through. Oh boy, go on the tube and get the link. There go the comments. Hey Yvette, how are you? How you doing? You saw my latest reactions, the ones from the skits that dropped last night. I'm ready for this sit down between Lynette and Bethany. I'm ready for this sit down. And I want Bethany to get dragged. Dragged. Did. I want them to get her. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I tried to go on a little later this morning because I know that Cheryl had said she couldn't catch me live. She's missed the last few, and I know she likes to be on here. So I was trying to help her, and let me let everybody else know what's up as well. Let's see. Go over here. Y'all are back. Morning, morning, morning. How y'all doing? I like my echo. All right, y'all. So y'all saw the reactions. My skin, like right in here, wants to break out so bad. Yes. Hey, Lady D. Yes. At this point, Larry is the problem. Larry is definitely the problem. I'm ready for not just the conversation. Hey, Marquisa, I'm ready for the knockdown drag out. I want Lynette to drag her. And did y'all see? But y'all, Brooke's nose was bleeding for real. And you could tell it really threw Laurent off because he was trying to stay in character. But when she walked in there with that tissue and her nose bleeding like it was bleeding, he was like, what? Oh my God. And she told him he needed to turn his heater down. But the thing for me, good morning, Isella. I am ready for her to drag her Lady D. Yes, yes, yes. I am so ready for her to drag her. I'm so ready. Because she's so past due for a good dragon. Good morning, Lioness. Oh, I know she's gonna be slick at the mouth. I'm ready for, but see, look, check this out. Did y'all notice how one Bethany never takes no for an answer? She never takes no for an answer because she when Larry told her what Jaden really said to him on that phone, she refused to accept it. When she did start to accept it, that's when she started wanting to pull the card a weird package deal. Her comment about them being a package deal was really to let Larry know that, well, if I can't go, you shouldn't go either. And to me, that's messed up. I really want to say the F word. That's really messed up. Y'all, I'm gonna eat a piece of my breakfast. Good morning. Yes, he called her back after the nosebleed. Good morning, Deborah Edwards. Good morning to your husband. Tell him that we say hey over here. Chat Club says hey. I did. He called her back because what he wanted, well, he had to finish the skit because that was part of his lines in the skit. But he wants Lynette to sleep. Lynette, she gonna sleep. She not gonna lose no sleep over. And I'm gonna sleep well because my mind made up. See, I think Lynette already knew. I think Jaden had already called Lynette. If Jaden called Brooke, I know he called Lynette. Lynette likely was waiting to give Larry time to handle it because she knew that if she had to handle it, it wasn't gonna go well. This really isn't about Bethany. If she was a better stepmom, sorry, I'm eating breakfast. If she was a better stepmom or bonus mom, I don't think they would have a problem with Bethany being there. But Bethany has caused so many problems on so many levels. So many problems. And Bethany is trying to make this about her. I want to see my grandbaby. Who? That's not your grandbaby. That's not her grandbaby. For me, if Brooke got, if Brooke, you saying it for me, even if Brooke got pregnant, and because whether we like it or not, she did have a hand in raising Brooke. I could see her having more of a footing in it, right? More of a claim. But Bethany didn't raise Jaden. By the time Larry and Lynette weren't together, and by the time Jaden send it to me, Deborah. Deborah, can you send it to this email address? Y'all don't let me forget my frame of thought. Okay. Send it to that email address, please, Deborah. But then she, because she didn't raise him, so she didn't have nothing to do with this boy being raised. He was already about grown when her and Larry got married. He wasn't living with them. He was living with his mama. So Bethany really don't have any ownership in this whatsoever. But she's trying to make this about her. Never. She never does, Michael. Never. And good morning, Michael. Thank you for being on here. Well, Michael, let me ask you. Because Michael, I feel like you a man. And this manliness ain't got nothing to do with sexuality either. Because I don't know your preferences. But Michael, as a man, how would you handle a woman like Bethany? Like someone who always insert themselves where they didn't belong. Someone who disrespected me and then disrespect my whole family. Someone who refuses to take no for an answer. How would you as a man handle her? I really want to know. I wish you could come up and tell me. But just in the chat, just briefly, how would you, because me and keep it simple. Right. I agree with you, Marquisa. Just because, and if it were Brooke, it doesn't mean Bethany gets involved and she doesn't want her involved. And that's what I'm saying. Bethany is trying to force herself in a scenario, in a situation where she don't fit. She don't fit. And it's unfortunate that that's what she is doing, because it's put a sour taste. You know what I'm saying? It's made it very sour. Right, Yvette? There's no connection. No connection to Jaden. Deborah is asking, do you think they will drop this Lynette versus Bethany confrontation skit today? I sure hope they do. Girl, I hope they do too. I believe it's gonna happen today. But see, Larry is trying to what Larry wants to happen is he wants Lynette to sleep on it. And then what he's hoping is Lynette will calm down. And he's hoping that Bethany will be a little calmer. Because he knows when they get together, Bethany gonna get slick at the mouth. And Lynette gonna drag her. To me, Lynette should already have a plane ticket, beat Bethany down, and hop on the plane and go see her son. You said it. Bethany is selfish. Yes, he's a weak man. Did I lose Michael? Or Deborah, put the title of the skit in the comments if you can't email me. She does give off gangster vibes, but I also think it's because she don't take no stuff. Y'all see how sweet I am. I'm very sweet. But mess one of my children. Mess with one of them. You're going to see a whole nother side to your girl. I'm just saying. Let me see what Michael says. Michael says, good morning. Bethany is toxic. She has an empty where her mind is. Larry should put his foot down and remove himself from her. So you think the best way to deal with Bethany is for Larry to just go and divorce her? Marquis says Bethany feels entitled because she's Larry's wife and he has allowed her to call the shots. Yes, he has. You are right. Papa Newberger said it all when he told Bethany she has a delusional sense of reality. Yes, she does. Y'all, I'm gonna review this. I'm gonna react to this skit. I got two skits I'm getting ready to react to. Natasha trying to warn Rolanda about who Stacks really is, and Amber finding out what Anthony been hiding her money. I don't want to see these teenagers clown each other. I don't even want to watch Wayne teenagers. And they skits tend to be a little bit better. Well, they definitely better than Hope and Faith. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate you for chiming in. Monique Lynette is a retired Army sergeant. She plays no games. Good morning, J-Dub. Yeah, Amber ain't gonna do that. But J-Dub, I'm actually the same thing I asked Michael. If you were married to a woman like Bethany, and she had no boundaries, she always tried to force herself on people. She wouldn't take no for an answer. She doesn't listen. She said negative things. She's embarrassed. She's an embarrassment. What would you do? How would you put her in her place? Or how would you handle her? Yes, Lynette was very calm talking to Larry. You're welcome, Monique Blade. I like your last name. My last name is Glaze. And people are here. I'll say Glaze. People will say Blade or Blaze or Glade. Ayana, when I seen the cigarette in Natasha's hand, I said, Lord, mist and hit the ceiling. Yes. for Natasha to be smoking. She only smokes when she loses the case. For her to start smoking a cigarette, it's bad. Thank you, J-Dub. And she's a liar. Good morning, Mosa. No, I'd have been done with her. I'd have been done with her. J-Dub says she wouldn't disrespect my daughter and family ever again. Well, hey, Lauren. Well, J-Dub, I agree with you, but Larry has got to own the fact that she does disrespect Brooke. Larry makes excuses for her when she do that. Yes, please hit that like button, y'all. We got 31 people watching. Thank y'all for being on here with me. Press that like button. Smash it. Don't even press it. Smash it. I can't wait for Lynette to like Bethany behind her. Me neither. Like, I'm going to be sitting here all day just hitting refresh. It was one day. They were giving us skit. And I was hitting refresh, because it seemed like every time I got up to go start doing something else, a new skit would drop. And now we all on baby watch. But I'm telling you, a simple thing to do for Jaden at this point, I would call my mom when she go in labor and have my mom fly on up to Montana. I wouldn't tell my dad that. I wouldn't. I would tell him after the fact, baby's here. If I told him. Because even though Bethany's not there, the toxicity has already started. It started the moment she made that phone call to Jaden. She disturbed his peace. And her selfish behind don't see that she does that to people. That's a horrible person. J-Dub says Larry doesn't care. He don't really like Bethany, but the money is good and he using it. J-Dub, I don't think he needs Bethany's money. I don't think Bethany got money like that. I just don't. I don't think she has money. Now, I do. Okay, so tell y'all this. I had a white grandfather. That's what we called him. He wasn't my biological grandfather, but him and my dad were so close that he was like a grandfather to me. Okay. He was a doctor. And they didn't wash their cars. They just wore plain clothes. When he wasn't being a doctor, he was out in his yard with my dad. My dad was, he was one of my dad's clients. So my dad was in his yard, like cleaning his yard or, doing, like my dad's a landscaper. A lawn manicurist is what my father calls himself. And he did not, they were just plain average everyday people. I mean, they owned a farm and all of that. When I look at Bethany, but you still knew they had what they had. You know what I'm saying? They didn't flaunt it, but you knew they had what they had. Bethany strikes me as someone who talks about what she got, but don't really have it like that. And her dad has kind of made it, he's kind of stressed that her and Greg ain't got nothing. That everything they got is his. Marquisa says, I think it's going to be one of those days because when the just time Brooke, yeah, they rode the bus. Michael says, it's not fair for Bethany to separate Larry from his family and friends. It is not. And that is what her expectation is. And I'm going to tell you, it wouldn't surprise me if that's what her intention is. Her intention is to separate Larry from his folks. Because what's going to happen is these people are going to stop wanting to fool with him. I wouldn't tell him that. I'd be like, since he respects his son so much, then he should respect the game. Look, I gotta look out for my child. I ain't got time. I told y'all what I did not want, and I guess meat wasn't greasy because I told you I didn't want to hear. I told you that. And see, I think, like I said before, I think Jaden thought Larry put Bethany up to call him, which he didn't. But once he clarified it, still, but you made a way because your wife shouldn't have called me no way. That's your wife. You should have made the work very clear to her what I said I did not want. I came to you man to man. You shut her down to don't be calling him. Jaden should have told Bethany, though, if you come here, my father will not be allowed. You're going to cause my brother not to be able to meet his grandchild. Ever. That's what Jaden should have said to Bethany. Bethany literally has the rhetoric of a slave master on a plantation telling the black people around her when and how to speak and demanding respect. Yeah. Bethany's just a horrible person. I don't even want to get into the whole slave plantation thing. At this point, she's a horrible person. Monique says, did y'all hear when Bethany told Brooke good night and Brooke said whatever? Yes, I did. I'm doing my compilation. I started, y'all, but it got so long. I was like, this is just too long. I need to just stop this because the reason why I was late on here this morning is because I was working on that compilation and I got to start it over because I got 12 reasons for the unavoidable demise of Brooke and Bethany's relationship. Well, no, it says 12 reasons why Brooke is done with Bethany. J-Dub, and it ain't Shar's fault either. J-Dub says, no, he has to tell his dad because when my granddaughter had my first grandchild, I was the happiest man in the world. That will hurt him more and mess with PTSD bad. So you're saying J-Dub, he needs to tell his daddy that. Straight up. Don't come. So straight up, don't come here. This lady D says Bethany wouldn't have anything without the job from her dad. Exactly. Bethany don't own no property. And if they fired her, she wouldn't have nothing. I'm telling y'all, she needs Larry for a reason. Bethany needs Larry more than Larry needs Bethany. Bethany just has done a good job of spinning it as if Larry needs her. Yvette says, me either, Miss Ayana. If anything, I would say the baby came surprisingly fast. Yep. I wouldn't even say that. I would just be like, my baby here. His name such and such. He weighed this. Matter of fact, he would get a birth announcement. You know how you make them digital birth announcements? I would send him a digital birth announcement. And then at the end say, you'll meet him one day. J-Dub says, I have PTSD. Certain things trigger me, and not seeing my grandchild will do it. I be overseas 6 times fighting, and that means a lot. See, that's what I'm saying. That would break Larry's soul. But it's Larry's own fault because he is playing. He is playing a dangerous game by not manning up. And Lynette shouldn't have to be the man in the situation. It would be awesome if Bethany's father unemployed her from family business. If that's what he need to do. Depending on what this settlement is, Greg gonna get, that might be what happened. J-Dub said Brooke is fed up. Yes, she is. Brooke is like, when now that her brother has called her, her big brother calling his little sister because he's so frustrated. And then Brooke can't even go. They're using the fact that Brooke is in school to not allow Brooke to go up there. But when they want to take Brooke to Chicago, or when they want to take Brooke to New Orleans, she was getting out. They got her out of school then and let her do her work virtually, they could do the same thing now. Both her and Destiny. Yeah, she counting that new burger money. Adventures with Hot Dog says, welcome, welcome, welcome. Brooke wants to keep a good relationship with her brother and not be like Bethany and Greg. Yes. And you are absolutely right. This lady D says that's one question I keep asking myself. Was Bethany raised on a plantation? No, Bethany probably was raised. Well, no, I was gonna say she probably was raised in a trailer park. Because really and truly, Bethany gives me trailer park trash vibes. Good morning, D Brown. Welcome. Happy morning. Yep. You talking about Anthony need to go to jail? Yeah, he do. What's unfair to Larry? Not letting him see the child. I don't know why I saw jail on that J Dub. Forgive me, because I show them lines after the word go just look like jail to me. So sorry. He does need to go, but if he puts himself in a situation to where he is now dishonoring his son's wishes, he get what he get. He wouldn't come to see my baby be born. He'd come see the baby after. Yes, thank you for your service, J Dub. And Michael too. I think Michael said he's ex-military as well. Yes, I believe his yeah, what you said, Deborah. What you just said. I can't even get it out. Larry told Betsy the other day. Excuse me, hey Lynn, good morning. Larry told Betsy the other day that he was the man of the house. He needs to start being the man of the house. Come on, instead of being the chicken. The chicken. You better say that, Lynn. You better say it, girlfriend. Thunder and lightning today. Where you at, Mosa? Are you on the southeast? Because I thought it was raining earlier this morning. Because I was up 4 days. As the old people used to say. I was up 4 days today. Send us a pic. Oh my goodness. And Deborah, I haven't forgotten your picture. I saw your picture you sent me in the email of the snow day. I'll show that probably in my next live. Y'all, oh, by the way, let me do this house cleaning real quick. I won't do a midday at 1:15. I have an appointment with my son. We gotta go somewhere. So chances are I'll come on sometime a little bit later in the day before 8 o'clock. So it'll be like somewhere between 3 and 6. 3 and 6-ish is when I'll go live. Okay. But it won't be at 1:15. So it'll be just kind of pushed back a little bit. But I'll let y'all know. It's Lady D says, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Front Porch Fire morning chat. We have 39 people and 2 likes. Please hit the like button. Girl, we up to 47 now, so I am behind on these comments I'm reading. Let me hurry myself up. J-Dub says, I know these are skits, but some of them hit hard. That's why I get mad at Amber, because women are stronger than men, and she lets Anthony run over her. J-Dub, you know what? I felt that and sensed that from you with just some of the comments you made. I didn't think it was just because Amber's supposed to be from Detroit and you from Detroit, and Detroit people don't act like that. I felt like there was something that you saw in her that was insulting to women. That's pretty much what you're saying. Women are much, much stronger than what Amber is presenting. Our ability to show mercy, to forgive, to nurture, to encourage, even our ability to love on somebody, to make them feel good. There are so many people, white men, Asian men, or whatever, women or whatever, say when a black woman comments you or loves on you in some way, verbally or whatever, it's like it's the best thing ever, right? In Amber's case, I think she is so caught up in trying to have this perfect relationship with Christ that she's actually letting Christ down. She can't hear the Holy Spirit because she is too busy trying to honor it. That makes sense. Like the word of God says, God is not the author of confusion, right? He's not the author of confusion. So if he's not the author of confusion, something that's creating you turmoil, that is not him. He's not in the midst of that. Her peace is constantly disturbed. And it's because she keeps giving it over to Anthony. So I agree with you. She should be much stronger than that. But I think it's because that nurturing side, she's gonna have to let that one sit for a minute. She's gonna have to chill for a minute. In my opinion, hey D Brown, in my opinion, Jaden and Larry both did not man up to Bethany. How hard is it to tell an adult no? They've been doing it to Brooke and Destiny. They're both being portrayed as weak men. D Brown, I don't quite agree. I thought about that with Jaden before, but I feel like Jaden did what he was supposed to do when he called Larry. He went to Larry man to man, father to father. You understand what I'm saying? If Larry had truly done his job, Bethany calling Jaden would never have happened. It would never have happened. Additionally, if Larry had given him a heads up about how Bethany had been begging and begging and begging, and now he stood 10 toes down, he wanted to let him know, then I feel that Jaden would have felt more empowered. I think Jaden was caught off guard by Bethany's phone call, and Jaden may have felt that his dad, even based on just the way Jaden interacted with his dad on that phone call, he thought his dad had set him up for Bethany to call him. He thought his dad had used him as a shield. That's what he thought. Monique Blade says Brooke has a bunch of pinned up anger for Bethany from those years being around Bethany, and I agree. What Bethany did to her brother was it. Brooke did warn Larry she don't know how much she can take. Yes, she did. And I got that. That's all in the I can't wait. Oh, I gotta drop this today. I gotta drop it. So when I get off here, I'm gonna drop that. And I think I'm gonna have to react to some videos too, because I think they might be finna drop one of theirs. Michael Boston says, I would love to see Bethany employed in shopping mall retailers wonder how long she wouldn't last long. She wouldn't last long. Them folks be done waited for her out, coming out the mall one night and beat her down. Oh, y'all, Deborah, where you at? Texas? Y'all below zero? Deborah Edwards says, I hope that when they get there, his son says, Dad, I'm so disappointed. I see who comes first for you, your wife, not your firstborn son. And yep. And let me say this now, y'all. I'm going to say this. The priority should be God, wife, and children. Okay? Now, true enough, God relationship with children. That's if you're in a marital relationship. But the thing is, the children take priority based on how much and whether they can do for themselves. You see what I'm saying? So that's where that shift comes in at. But one day them kids gonna leave. They're gonna leave and cleave on their own. And I think Larry just got it twisted. He got the game twisted. Good morning, Gemini love. How are you, darling? Dondra. Good morning, Miss Ayana. Good morning, Dondra Curry. How are you? And thank you for joining us. Welcome on in. Good morning, Miss Ayana. Love watching your reaction to these skits. I can't stand Bethany. Girl, I got a whole sign that say I can't stand her. I got a little button I press. I can't stand her. I can't stand her. I can't stand her. I want to kick her butt myself, but every time when someone get after Bethany, he is always standing in front of. Yes, he does. Larry puts up a shield. Look how he did Shar the other day. I ain't forgot. Yes, we want Bethany to go to jail. Yes, we do. Thank you, J Dub. I appreciate it. Monique Blake said to all the vets on the porch this morning, thank you for your service, all that you've done and are still doing. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my God, this is true. Well said. Thank you, Gemini. Hey, 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 Looney. What's up? J Dub says Amber wants to be the perfect wife, but she has the wrong man. You ain't never lied. Y'all, let me pose a question. We're gonna get our best in them for a minute. Let me pose a quick question. J Dub, thank you for bringing that up. I want to ask you this. Let's say Wayne was willing to do right when he was with Amber. Do you think Wayne would have done to Amber what Anthony has done to Amber? You said a whole thing right there. I be trying, Deborah, to speak true, but seriously though, y'all, do you think this is a question on the table? Do you think Anthony? Do you think if Wayne and Amber had made it, do you think Wayne would have done? And I'm not talking about this Wayne and Amber that was screwing around. I'm talking about when they were in the relationship the first time. If Wayne was ready to settle down, then do you think Wayne would do to Amber what Anthony does? Or do you think Wayne, being the businessman that he is, would use Amber's she definitely has business prowess, right? Do you think he would have used that to help build? Just a question. Tania Duffy says, is Lynette traveling from Montana to Georgia just to have a face-to-face talk? No, Lynette is not in Montana. Lynette is in Georgia. Lynette's in Atlanta. Oh, girl, you got all day to play. Well, come on through, Yvette. I got to get you on a live, girl. Gemini loves us. Even Mama Brenda told her she was done for taking Anthony back. She tried to cover it up later on by saying she was joking, but we all know no, she was not joking. But the problem I got with Mama Brenda in this scenario, and the problem that I had with her, sometimes when, and it's something that all the I'm gonna call them the old heads, the matriarchs of the church do. When it comes to a marriage, they tend to tell you to stay in that marriage. And Mama Brenda did tell her to stay in her marriage. That was before Mama Brenda was feeling a little more carnal and told her, yeah, she thought she was stupid. Sometimes a person need to go and tell a person the truth. I get not want to tell somebody in their marriage and stuff like that. But if the marriage sucks, it sucks. If you think that man gonna cheat again, if your spirit in your gut and you feel like the Holy Spirit is showing you, and your spirit is showing you that this man is gonna do this again, guess what? Go on tell the person. Let them make the ultimate decision, but go on tell the person. And be through with it. D. Brown says, I'm not even just being from Detroit. She's not a good representative for Black women anyway. Using the Bible as a crutch is disgraceful. Yes, it is. Because if you look in that Bible, it's got some examples of people doing some messed up stuff and a woman suffering behind it. I give you an example. Is this story in Exodus? It may be in the book of Joshua. But there's a story of a woman. Her and her husband traveled to, I want to say they might have traveled to Judah, to the house of Judah. And in this story, the Bible got so much juice. The Bible got a lot of tea. Them Old Testament stories be like, what? You got y'all, do y'all realize in the Bible you got side chicks? You got a Matahari in the Bible. You got all kind of the Bible got a lot of tea. But in this one story, he travels and stays with he takes his family and they go stay with I guess his father, right? When they get there to the city, it's almost like the city is almost like a Sodom and Gomorrah type situation, but not quite. And so the men come to the house because they want to have relations with the man that comes in there. It's similar to the Sodom and Gomorrah story, but it's not quite. The father's like, don't do this, don't do this. This is a man, he's married, blah, blah. And then the father says, which is so messed up to me, take my daughter. Because them getting that man and raping that man was such our wording that man was such an abomination. Take my daughter. He puts his daughter out and gives his daughter to those men. They SA and ravage this girl all night long. The next morning, she has not returned. After they ravished her and used her body as a toilet, they then take her and drop her off, and she has to kind of make her way home as best she can. And she crawls right when she gets to the door to try to knock or open the door to the house. She dies. When they open the door the next morning, they see her there, unalived. Do you know how dirty that is? There are people out there that are like that. And it's just like, but we shocked by what we hear now. I'm sorry. I just feel like just sharing that little story. I don't know why. I don't know if that story blessed somebody or not. I don't know why that one came to mind, but yeah, because there's plenty more. But there's so many stories of women getting, they're supposed to be treated like queens and princes and stuff like that, and then they're not. Even their own father will turn on them. Case in point, look how Larry is turning on Brooke every chance he gets. Monique says, I have PDJW. Welcome. I have PTSD as well. Not from the surge, but from past abuse. I know it's not a joke. No, PTSD is definitely not a joke. I can't wait for the skit either. I'm ready for them to get together. Deborah says, what is it that Amber should have waited on God to send her love? She chose Anthony, and when we make choices, not okay. I know what you're saying, Deborah. It ain't coming out quite right when I'm reading it, but I know what you're saying. Amber wants to be the perfect wife. It will not happen. Well, Amber has a perfection issue. J-Dub, I got a question for you. Michael, you can answer it. Most of you can answer it. And ladies, we can answer too. I'm asking them because they are they were in the military. Okay. And we're not going to talk like specific politics. We're talking about the way the world is right now. Okay. Do you all feel like, well, two questions. What you see in the world right now, does that trigger your PTSD? What we're seeing in America right now. Also, and then how do you cope? And then also, do you think as people who are suffering, who have not suffering, but who are working to be victorious over their PTSD, do you feel that right now everyone is in a state of PTSD? And we think about coming from COVID and everything we went through with COVID, and then that other presidency, now moving over into this one. do you think we are? And we're not going to talk about the politics of the day. We're only talking about how we feel. Okay, we're not going to go into the politics of it all. I'm strictly asking, do you think people are walking around right now ticking time bombs with PTSD? That is the question. Deborah Edwards says, once again, thank you very much. I looked at some of old skit. My God, they were so good, I forgot. I feel bad for Destiny when Brooke turns 18 to leave. I think Destiny gonna go back home or she's gonna go move in with her auntie. Jaden says, Ayana, if Jaden doesn't want Bethany at the birth, he should have said it straight up. He's getting ready to be a father. He needs to protect his family by being firm with Bethany. I get what you're saying, but he's also looking at Bethany as a paternal figure. That's just my thought. But we all have right to our opinion. I do get your point though. But if Bethany had children, there wouldn't be a D thing that Larry could say or do to butt in. The reason she feels this way is because she isn't a parent. Yep. She ain't got no children. I'm glad you allowed me to open up. Oh, you're very welcome, J Dub. Sometimes that's what we need, just to be able to get it out. And J Dub, let me tell you something. All y'all on here, Deborah tell you, Marquisa tell you, Zella tell you, I will start praying for y'all on here. I know I might slip and say something I shouldn't say sometimes. But if you tell me you sick or you going through, if the spirit hit me and tell me to stop in this moment to pray for you, I will stop and I will pray for you. I don't care who don't like it. Matter of fact, I might start me a little Google sheet, a chat club prayer sheet, prayer list. I may start that. Brooke explained it's best when she talked to Larry about the bond between her and Bethany. She said she always paid attention to how Bethany treated other people, but when she started treating her the same, that is in my compilation. I got that skit queued up, and yes, she did tell her that. That was a skit where he wanted to know why she no longer called Bethany mom, and then that mofo had the nerve to ask her to start back calling her mama. And Brooke, I was so proud of her when she stood 10 toes down and she said, no, I will not do that. You taught me to stand on what I believe, and I'm not going to compromise myself. I loved it. And she wasn't disrespectful when she said it. But if Bethany had been in that room, Bethany would have called it disrespectful. So Larry omitted information from his son, leaving his son to almost not even want him at the birth of his own. I won't say he omitted information. He omitted information to Bethany. He didn't omit it to his son, but he should have at least told his son Bethany on the warpath. Larry know what her warpath looked like. Jada, I get it. I know Wayne is the wrong man. Also, I definitely don't think Wayne is not even the right man for Tamara, if you ask me. I think D could be the right man for Tamara if D got himself together. But D, with his big old grown self, with his big old grown age, want to act like he a 20-year-old corner boy, and he is not. That's my frustration with D. D's had several times come out the street and did not. And that's my struggle with him in terms of being in a relationship with Tamara. That's my point. I don't think Wayne would treat Amber the way I think Wayne sees Amber as a gem when it comes to business. Now, he also sees that in Shayla, but he sees it in Shayla from a different perspective. Shayla is a snake. Shayla is ruthless. She's cutthroat. But I think what hurt Wayne with Amber is when Amber took Anthony back. But again, he say Jesus popping. If you knew this dude and in your gut you felt this dude could not be trusted, I understand not wanting to get in it, but you in it, dude, because you in there by proxy because you was hitting it at one point. And she trusts you. And who was it that was able to get Amber? Ernestine had been in her house trying to get her to put on some clothes. Mama Bruna had been there trying to get her to get herself together and put some clothes on. Jay and Phil had went by there and trying to get. Who was the one that was able to get Amber up and dressed and back to looking like Amber? None other than Mr. Wayne Coley. It was that conversation that got her to go back to being who she's supposed to be. Yes, Gemini. Yes. He would just leave. Lauren says, I don't think that Larry has wrapped it around his head that he is married to the kind of woman who experiences the world. No, not as a threat. As a threat, not a boundary. No, he hasn't. Or he's in denial. Lynn Everett says, no, I don't think Wayne would did that to Amber. Anthony's a snake. Yes, Anthony's a snake. And we now have a skit where Amber finds out that Anthony been hiding assets. Now I was watching O'Neill's broadcast, and I agree with O'Neill on some things, but then I don't. And I needed to find somebody who can answer this question to me. And if anyone on here is a lawyer in Georgia or something and is watching this, please give me some insight. Maybe I can bring you up when you talk. I feel like if Anthony wanted to protect his assets, Anthony should have had Amber sign a prenup. I also feel like Amber should have had Anthony sign a prenup because Amber had her own stuff. And Amber has the potential to become a billionaire if she really put her mind to it. Okay. I feel like that would have been the proper way to do it. Okay. But Anthony was still eyeballing Roe at the time that he was supposed to be getting married, getting himself ready to get married to Amber. Amber was cheating with Wayne now. I ain't going into that. I'm just talking about Anthony right now. Anthony could not operate as a real businessman because he was doing some dumb stuff. He just let Phil bring Jay over there and convince him to put all that money up. They made a bag. Then Anthony got greedy. And then he put almost all his money up and was left with virtually nothing. Hence having to get that money from Rolanda. Anthony was still smitten with Rolanda. And he couldn't get himself together. That was an awesome comment from her. That's so sweet. Yes, thank you for your service. I'm like 15 minutes behind these coming. Let me read through real fast. Okay, so Looney said she should have took half and remarried him if she loved him so much. Brittany was right. Brittany was 1,000% right. D Brown, no, Wayne would have co-partnered with Amber. He even when they broke up, Wayne would have left Amber better off financially than when they started a relationship. And look, Amber is the only one. Amber and Erica are the only two that did not leave with something from Wayne. Peep that. They did not leave with something. I really think they're going to make a whole different story with Faith and Hope. So sad. I think they are. Have Faith and Hope are going to end up connected to J-Mo and Trill or D from the West Side. They're going to end up over in that area because it's something connecting them and they daddy to them. Delilah and Jezebel and all of them are in the Bible to teach us who not to be. You're right, Deborah. Yvette says Wayne would power couple Wayne about money. Remember, he got 10 kids. Yep. They would have been a power couple. I totally agree with your comment. Moses says, what mean to see Bacchanal today between Lynette and Bethany? Most I don't know what Bacchanal mean. Help me out. I promise you I ain't trying to be funny. I really don't know what it means. Lioness says Amber can be a good wife just for a good man, not a snake like Anthony. That is true. Most definitely. Monique says most definitely some days I need my meds, other days silence is best. I understand that because it'd be some day I'd be like, I gotta go get in the bed. I can't do it. Hey guys, we're 250 subscribers away from reaching our next milestone of 2K. Woo woo. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't, and thank you all. Thank you to all the new subscribers as well as the day one ones. Yes, thank you so much, Looney, for that. Thank you. Matter of fact, let me just pin this. Yeah, they're right out. Monique, yes, honey, God is good all the time and all the time. Y'all know what to do. You will never get over PTSD. It's not about politics, it's the trauma we endured. I'm not going to go into it, but I have seen and done things only God can help me with. I understand. Especially if you've been in the military and been like in war and stuff like that, I can understand. My brother told me some stuff one time, and I was like, oh my God, I can't. That don't tell me nothing else. Miss Lady D says my anxiety has been activated being live in a neighborhood with mostly mixed neighbors. The only thing keeping me at bay is I live in a heavily red state. Gotcha. Deborah says, yes, Ayana, you prayed for me and it gave me so much peace. Monique Blade says, God is good. Lioness, there are a lot of people walking around with PTSD. Some don't know how to handle what is going on in the world. No, we don't. I'm saying we, because sometimes y'all, sometimes it be hard to get on here. Not that I don't want to talk to y'all or whatever, but it's almost like it's a weight from something may have happened, something may have triggered me, and then I got to try to get on here, and I'm not being fake. So please understand that. I'm not being fake. But sometimes it just be like I can't, like I just can't. But then there are times when I can't, and I'm like, I need somebody, and I get on here, and then y'all just bless me so much. The conversation blesses me so much. But it be hard sometimes, y'all. It be hard. Yes, I love Brooke. Oh, Lauren, I'm sorry, I didn't reach your thing. Absolutely. Absolutely. Jaden needs to be firm because let's say a couple of years down the line, Jaden's child is a little older and he's over at Larry's house and Bethany is bad mouthing Lynette in front of this kid. One, he wouldn't be. Hopefully Larry be through with her by then. Everybody's scared of Bethany except Brooke. Too late. I already prayed for the chat group because it has been a blessing with me. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you so much. Zella, yeah, I will pray. And Zella get in the thing like, I need to find a way to pray for you. I'd be like, girl, just start praying. Yvette says you're right. Some of the mothers would kill their daughters to keep from them that life back then. The men did not care. Boys would grow up to be big, strong men. Yep. I love Brooke. She reminds me of my granddaughter. Oh, that's sweet, J-Dub. My anxiety, is Lady D says, my anxiety has been activated being that I live in a fully mixed neighborhood, but I live in red Florida. Girl, I don't see how you do it down there. I got relatives in Florida, and I just be like, why y'all down there? Why are y'all down there? Yeah, that's all I can say. So it's not as bad as when we first started. I be talking, look, lady, I also be like, y'all know all them darn alligators. I know we got crocodiles and alligators in Georgia too, more in like the very rural areas in South Georgia. I think some alligators have made their way up to Macon. As far as Macon, I hope they don't come to Atlanta because we ain't about that life. We ain't about that alligator life up here. But it's like they be like, oh, it was an alligator. I had to get it out the porch. Or I had to get it away from the fence. I'm like, y'all got dinosaurs down there in Florida, and then them darn snakes. And we got snakes in Georgia too, but I don't remember snakes. When I dream about snakes, I'm getting like words from God about stuff and people, so I don't mess with snakes. Jay does thanks, Deborah, thanks for the prayer because believe it listened to some of the comments I have been triggered and tears were falling. Oh, I'm so sorry, J Dub. I don't want the comments to trigger you. Now look, when the comments start triggering you, it's time to like leave them comments alone, okay? Deborah Edwards say, oh, hold on, who was there before Deborah? Go on. Wayne also said Amber was wife material. Wayne just isn't ready for a wife. Wayne does pour into women just by the way he treats his daughters and their mothers. Yep, he does. Wayne also, like I said, he also says that his goal is to leave a woman better than she was when she came. He's not paying for her when she's with him, but when it's over, it's like he sees what they're good at while he's with them, and then he takes that thing and he invests in it. And maybe it's a guilt thing for him, but I mean, or maybe because he lost his mother when he was younger. I don't know. Deborah says, do y'all remember when Bethany told Brooke when she got that piercing, her mother made look like trash, but look what Brooke had, her outfit and her garment showing that. Yep, you're right. She did. She called her look trashy because of her eyelashes. Bethany said some horrible stuff to this girl. Amber should have divorced Anthony when he interrupted Rose's wedding. Anthony also seems to forget how Amber helped him get his wealth back. Shayla would never have been able to help. No, she would not. Shayla would not do nothing. Her mama had to tell her, this what you need to do. That's what I keep trying to get people to realize. They keep saying Rose helped Anthony. Yes, Rose floated Anthony some money to survive off of, but Amber is the one that helped him rebuild his wealth. Amber is the one that did that. I love Rose, but that's what Amber did. I hope Lynette tosses that trick today. Me too. I got the other screen open. I keep refreshing it because I want to see when Lynette and Bethany talk to each other. I just don't like these kids in the skits. Too old school. That may be me too, Yvette. Yes, Ayana, living every day can change. Everyday life can sometimes be challenging. Yes, it can. Deborah says flying cockroaches in Georgia. You think Kevin was the right pick for Amber? Well, I think that's so because Kevin started having 304 tendencies. We have 51 people. Oh, that was a while ago. We might not, I don't know if we got 51 people or not, but hit the like button still. Gotcha, J-Dub. You're very J-Dub, when is your birthday? J-Dub is a very sensitive man. Not sensitive like he a punk. He no punk. But he does have a strong feeling for people. I get it. I enjoy chats where many of us are of like minds and have morals and values. With the world now, we have to recognize what is right and not lose our spirituality. Yes. Oh, thank you, Isella. Chat Club helps with encouragement. Natasha is telling Dawn she has a buyer for the house with Ro. Wonder if they're going to find out they're in love with the same man. I know Ro supposed. I thought Natasha was going to tell Rolanda. This is what I said in my skit in my reaction from earlier. Natasha need to call Malachi bluff. He want to come to my house challenging me like that, threatening me. Oh, best believe, first thing popping, I would call Ro, and when Dawn got back, me and Ro would have been sitting in there hanging out. Matter of fact, Malachi wouldn't even know Ro was there because I would go pick Ro up, bring her to my house. And when Dawn got up in there, we'd have been looking at pictures. And I'd have been like, show me pictures of your baby girl. Show me pictures of your man, your ex-man. Who, Malika? I think, however she used to call it. Malicious? And I'd have put Malachi's face right in front of Dawn with her dumb self. I just need Larry to check that Ring camera. Oh, child. You ain't lying. No, Shayla can't even tell when bread is moldy, much less make toast. My brothers were in Vietnam. This is Yvette. My brothers were in Vietnam. They never would talk about it, but as a child, you ask questions. My brothers would always say, I love you, baby girl. You don't need to know. Yeah. They said it would be some horrible stuff. Amber is still asking others what she should do. Go with your first mind. That's what I'm saying. Quit asking folks should you divorce Anthony. This man already done slept with your best friend and made a baby. You should have been divorced him. There it is. It's real simple. Ask Chat Club. We'll tell you. D Brown said, I agree. God brought me here this morning. Ayana, keep up the good work. June 7th. Oh, June 7th. Okay. Hmm. I thought you might have been a Pisces because we be real sensitive. God born in March. And I know I'm real. Y'all, I cried in a minute. I done cried on here before too, so y'all should know. I knew she called him something. Malachi, malicious, Malika or something. Yep, Wayne just floating on through life. He's on the countdown to get it. And that's another reason why I don't think Wayne should be with Tamara. Tamara's going to want children at some point. By the time Wayne and Tamara have children, his other children will either be already out of high school, out of college, and grown. The little ones might be middle school or high school. You understand what I'm saying? So why is he with this girl who ain't got no kids? Anthony the Caribbean wanted to Cayenne to the mount. Anthony wouldn't know what to do with no Caribbean woman. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Ayana, I agree. This is what I mean about location being a factor for strength. I definitely would have stepped up to Malachi, and he's in my house too. Child, please. That's what I'm saying. What you gonna do? You gonna choke me out right here when my sister finna walking out? Lynn Biley says, do you remember the other day when Anthony wanted some loving and Amber gave it to him? Well, I tell you what, I would not be giving him any loving after what I found out. I'm gonna get, and think about it, y'all. He still never opened that joint bank account that Amber asked for. Yes, because not Tamar, Tony already got a baby on the way. Yes, they are a mismatch. They definitely are a mismatch. They should not be together. And I'll be glad when they relieve us of this farce of a relationship. I will be so glad. Luna, did you yell at me in your comments? Let me go see your comment on here. Where did it go? Shoot, where was I? Here we go. Luna, you said Jaden ain't pushing a baby out. Jaden said, Kaylee said no in the story. Well, she knows now why he hasn't showed her the bank account. Yep, she know. And that's the messed up part too. Why does Amber suddenly no longer have access to a bank account that she helped rebuild? I don't feel bad for Amber though, because Brittany told her. Britt told her, and she did not listen. Larry goes off on his sister for telling a lie to Bethany part 2. Okay. I see it, Alani. I'm gonna react to it later. Linus, I don't know whether it's his baby or not. He say it is, but I think I think in real life that is Tony's baby, and they have written it into the skits. Cause I can see Wayne being like, "You gotta pay the baby some kind of way. You better come on do these skits over here. Get you some more money. Got that baby collar for him." Nikki says she don't think Larry going. D Brown says, "I'm sick of Amber. No one, no one has to tell her whether she's being manipulated and mistreated. She is as weak and stupid as Dalen and Larry." Yep. I don't feel bad for Amber because she saw this coming. Anytime a man stand up at a woman wedding and declare, with you sitting right there and declare that he want to be with her, then leave you, go to that woman's house and stay there and hide out there for days. Child, please. I don't feel bad for her at all at this point. Plus, they've been planning our face about Anthony and Amber and their relationship for a long time now, and I've been sick of it. So I don't know. Maybe I need to just calm myself down. Looney says, as soon as the GMA, they will call me honey. No person will override my daughter's wishes, even me. Lynette better work her. J. Dub Looney said, love is blind, not stupid. I just keep refreshing the screen to get the hour skits. Because I'm not going to let Amber know. See, y'all don't really be watching Amber and them skits like that when I do the reactions. So I be like, that ain't what my people want to see. And I'm going to give my people what they want to see. All right, y'all. I guess I'll get off here and go and drop this whatchamacallit. Go and give y'all these 12 reasons why Brooke don't mess with Bethany no more. Monique Blaze, every time Larry is asked why he married Bethany. Where did the comment go? Hold on, y'all. Try and get to the comment. Y'all quick on the draw today, ain't y'all? Okay, here we go. Monique Blaze said every time Larry asked why he married Bethany, it's always because she helps him out of a dark place. It's never because I love her. Nope. Never. Never. They are trauma bonded to each other. Deborah says, I really hate to have to admit this, but I can't stand Anthony. He is a snake. Yes, he is. Mosa says, yes, yes. D Brown said, y'all, why is Cheryl not getting my notifications? I know she'd have been on here by now. J Dub, Amber had been in enough relationships to have discovered her worth. Her type of love has become mentally unstable. Amber has become Anthony's submissive. Y'all heard me? Anthony has become Amber's submissive. No, Amber has become Anthony's submissive. Luna says, at Nikki, he better, hold on. He better not. He literally is disregarding their feelings. If he does, he and Bethany are selfish. Well, we already know he toxic. Oh, Yvette says, oh, I forgot about the joint bank account they done. Sidestep. So many times you lose track. Yep. Luna says, at Monique, you damn sure right. You got me that time, Luna. I said the cuss then, reading it out. Luna says she has to make sure she clicked the notification bell. Okay, I think she may have actually been trying to figure things out and may have unclicked it because she commented on something. I missed the live again, and I know Cheryl be liking to be on these lives. She don't play about her lives with me, so. And then I need Amber and her sister to be more in each other's lives. Cause ain't no way in the devil I've let that helper slap me and she didn't get cut. Workplace or not. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Y'all, let me tell y'all, chat crew, I love y'all. Y'all be on Skit Watch. Y'all send me messages and tag me in the comments like it's another skit. Modern day recycled overseer. Yep. And she should make sure her YouTube notification to turn on for the phone itself. Okay. I'll tell her because I don't have her email address. I thought she emailed me at some point. Yes, they fall in love too fast. They definitely do that. Too fast. This lady D says the night Anthony was thinking of Shayla while making love to Amber made say another Tyler Perry line, but when his eyes closed, our world. When he closed his eyes, you would have snapped them back open, Lady D. Is that what I'm reading? Oh, Larry has a challenge. Do I listen to my wife or do I listen to my ball and chain? Oh my God, y'all a trip. Y'all are a trip. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get on off of here so I can go and work on this on Looney's request, as she is one of my paid members. So I gotta like give her you gotta give the people what they want. You gotta give the people what they want. Yes, we are a complete package. Deborah says, Ayana, I went back to Bethany was in court with Chase Kent, and she called him a rat as soon as the case was over. Can't wait the new court. Oh, he did. She did. She called him a rat. Michael says Larry told his sister he's with Bethany because she rescued him from a dark place. Now he's in a darker place with Bethany. So is he going to stay at that place and move on? I kind of make the argument that Anthony and Amber are the same. I mean that Larry and Amber are the same person. Amber used to always say that she all she wanted was her peace. He says all he wants is to be happy. But if you are the orchestrator of your own unhappiness or your own chaos, right? Listen to my son's mom or ball and chain. I got it. I knew what you meant, Deborah. And the funny thing is, if there was a person pictured beside ball and chain in the slang dictionary, it would be Bethany. It would be Bethany. Her face would be the ball, and her body would be the chain. And her legs would be the thing, the little chain lock thing. Why did I just make that picture in my head? Like my brain works like AI now, y'all. Let's see. All right, y'all. Let me get off of here so I can go on and do this before 11:30 because the 11:30 skit might be them because they haven't dropped anything in a couple hours now specific to Larry and Lynette. Cut that out. Tell them y'all too grown to be doing that. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all back on the porch in a little while. All right. Make this right. Tea and lemonade. Or the Long Island iced tea and the lemon drop. Whichever one whatever's your preference. Bye, y'all. Peace and a whole bunch of grease. on a great day.